Let me tell you a story about Ananse the spider. Ananse is a very special spider well known for his wit and wisdom. He lives like other spiders, in corners and on ceilings. The tricky thing about him is that he looks no different from other spiders. In fact, he may be the very next spider who comes your way. Everybody knew that Ananse was wise, for he boasted loud and clear. In his high-pitched voice, he laughed at fools and spoke louder than everyone else. One very sunny day, Sky God called Ananse up to the sky to have a chat.
Without a doubt, there is no other creation as wise as I.
Sky God said in a quiet voice, "Could you do some work for me? Go about the earth and collect all wisdom for me. When you have brought it up to me, I will name you the sage of all time."
That's easy said. I'll be back in 3 days with the wisdom of the people.
Now Ananse, as selfish as he was, had already traveled the length and breadth of the earth and collected every shred of wisdom. He kept it all in a giant pot in his secret hiding place. He slid down to his home on a fine woven thread. He took a rest in the shade and had a lazy day. The next day, he started out to take the pot full of wisdom to Sky God way up in the skies. It was a huge pot and very heavy. As Ananse tugged it behind him, he was more than filled with pride. When others asked to help, he would say in a standoffish way,
"No, this is top secret work for a high official."
To get up to the skies where Sky God lived, you had to climb a tall coconut tree that grew beyond the clouds right up into the heavens. Ananse stopped to consider the best way to carry his load. He could not carry it on his head because he needed all his 8 arms to creep up the tree. In the end, he strapped the pot tightly to his back and made his way slowly up the tree. From afar, everyone saw his clumsy figure scaling up so slowly. They knew he was going to meet with Sky God himself. The people gathered under the tree to watch him make his way, and all the while they wondered what he had in the giant pot. Inch by inch, Ananse climbed. He was looking forward to the fame his great feat deserved. Meanwhile, the sun moved slowly across the wide sky. Just before the sunset, he paused and carefully wove a web to keep himself secure. He could hardly sleep at all that night. He was so excited. At daybreak, Ananse woke up and continued his climb. A greater crowd was gathered below, waving and cheering him on. He pressed on, never mind his aching muscles. He had an appointment in heaven, and he was going to make it there. Higher and higher, Ananse kept up the pace until the light of the moon reminded him to take a rest. That night, he dreamt he wore a crown given to him by Sky God himself. On it was written, "The Sage of All Time." Another day passed, and a very tired Ananse was near the end of his journey. Below, the crowd let out a cheer. It was a great moment for Ananse, and as pride filled his chest, he raised all his arms in a victory wave. It was a shocking moment when he plummeted down to earth. He hit the ground with a bang, and the pot broke into a million pieces. Wisdom scattered left and right to the very ends of the earth. Ananse lay there in a heap, sobbing his heart out. What he had worked so hard to collect was now out of his grasp. Now everyone and every fool had a little bit of wisdom. He could not claim that all wisdom was his alone. Then Sky God whispered in his ear, "I gave you 8 arms, Ananse. If you really had all wisdom, you would not have waved them all." And this brings us to the end of our story. What story would you like to hear next?
Hi guys, my name is Fariha Musa from Learn and Play with Matazo Kids. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until then, learn and play with Matazo Kids. I love you. Bye.